Hi there, welcome once again to Speed Skating Deconstructed, What Makes a Skater Great. And Oleg Bozhev, world champion in 1984, also silver medal in the 1500 at the Sarajevo Games. Behind him is Eric Flame in the U.S., who would take the silver in 1988 at the Olympics. Two great skaters in a 5,000 here in Heerenveen in 1987. And what makes a skater great is the crowd. Where'd the crowd go in speed skating, you know? Look at the stands from this weekend. Calgary's empty. That's too bad. Anyway, let's look at Bozhev here, because I've been fascinated by a lot of questions I've been getting about straightaways. And straightaways are much more idiosyncratic than a turn is. A turn is more physics as far as physics go. It's more basic. Straightaway is much more complicated because it's got many moving parts. The upper body, you know, there's less of a fulcrum, there's less of a mass you're working against. Your mass is constantly moving, so it's much harder to have your mass in the right place to apply pressure and then release. So straightaways are much more different across skaters. But I wanted to show you that even in this era, 1987, and I remember watching Oleg skate, he was very, very odd, very different. Nobody skated like this guy. And now looking at it, it's like he was ahead of his time too. So I'm finding these skaters that just really broke the rules at the time, and people are like, how does he skate like that? But it really, I mean, this looks contemporary, really. So let's just watch this in fast motion first. See his rhythm and timing. In real time, it looks almost like he's pushing late, but he's not. And that's the beauty of this. Look where his pressure is. He's got that early pressure, carving the skate across and moving with that lead skate. I say it so much, move with the lead. Have to do that. Work against the skate, move with the lead, move with the head, shoulder, hip, knee. Oleg does this extremely well. And what it affords him to do, because he's not so much on his outer, a more conventional skater will be on his outer. He doesn't get a lot of outer, but he's out over the skate. So there's a big difference. You can get on your outer and be here, and you have to do all this jive to get back over the skate. He's on his skate here, and he's getting rest. Look at this. Coming up, and then when there's a moment of pressure, now he's down, applying great pressure, great lines. This is a 5,000, so he's not sitting as deep as he would in a 1,500. But again, very clean lines and going right with that skate and getting nice relaxation. So this is very contemporary technique. It was very odd in 1987, in the 80s. Most people were more like Eric Flame here. You know, putting the skate down, more in the middle, pushing to the side. Whereas Oleg is moving to the side. Very different. And again, it has to do with your anatomy, with how you were taught to skate, what your coaches teach you, also just what's comfortable out there, because you want to get from point A to point B as comfortable as possible within parameters of technical principles. So just wanted to show you Oleg Bozhev, just a really excellent skater in his time, and just beautiful straightaways. And it's always interesting to think what these skaters would have done had they had clap skates, because especially these skaters that broke the rules back in the old days. All right, Speed Skating Deconstructed, what makes a skater great? Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on the channel. Peace and progress.